Hello everyone and welcome to Lovella's Coloring. How is everyone doing? I hope that you are all doing well. I will be answering questions to the tag this or that, which was created by Michaela Renee. I was tagged by both Amberle Silencia and Colorfully Optimistic. I will link their channels in the video description as well as anyone else I may mention. So at the end of the video, I will also go into updates for my channel. So before I get started, I do have to let you know that you may hear construction noise in the background, like beeping or rumbling or something. Hopefully it won't be so distracting. I am filming this on Saturday, and our construction, which is happening behind my house, has been going on Monday through Saturday, 7 o'clock in the morning till at least 6 p.m. in the evening. So it's been an ongoing thing from me for the past year, but it's been a lot more right now because they've been also building a rock wall behind our backyard. But anyways, I will go ahead and get started. The illustration I will be coloring in as I answer the this or that tag questions is by Monya Gates. This is a PDF from her set of 5 illustrations. I believe it's called Fantasy Mermaid Realm 1. I believe the illustration that I am coloring in is called Richet. Her Etsy store name is Color My Dreams by Manya. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in. I hope this view is okay. Hopefully when I'm coloring, I'm not covering the illustration, but I picked this coloring to do for several color alongs. There are 5 of them. One of them from Instagram is @NormaColoring. Her hashtag is #woman in blue and green. There are 4 YouTubers that are also doing color alongs for both, I believe for both Instagram and YouTube. There is Little Pickle's Colorful Life, and her hashtag is Mermaid March 2021. There is Rhea .colors. Her hashtag is Color for the Love of Women. There is also Amazon Tammy. Her hashtag is Monya March. Her Instagram name is Amazon Tammy 11. And then there's also Shalene, the Coloring Book Nook, whose year-long color along is hashtag PDF color along. Her Instagram name is @Shalene. So yeah, this one illustration is for all 5 of them. So I will be using the Caran d'Ache Pablos to color in her hair, which is what I'll probably end up just doing for this tag. The colors I am going to be using is Bluish Pale, which is number 371, and Turquoise Blue, which is number 171. Then I have Cobalt Blue, which is number 160, and then Prussian Blue, which is number 159. So I forgot to mention that I did base her hair and her skin with alcohol markers. I believe I used the Ohuhu markers, and then the background and her tail was based in Distress inks. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the questions for the this or that tag. So the first one is alcohol markers or water-based markers. So for me, it is alcohol markers. I tend to go for that because it's less streaky, and I think for me, what I've mostly used my water-based markers are for like 2-sided pages, or yeah, 2-sided illustrations, or Color by Numbers, the Disney one. And yeah, but alcohol markers I use a lot more than I do the water-based markers. For instance, this illustration, I used it for the mermaid, and yeah, a lot of the Amazon printed books, I like to use alcohol markers and then come in with pencils on top of it. It does help color in the illustration faster. I don't have to worry so much about like the white dots that show up in the as you color I don't have to blend it out with like Gamsol or a colorless blender. Just for me, it's a lot faster and it's easier on my hands. So that's why I like to use alcohol markers. So the second one is Jade Summer grayscale or Jade Summer line art. I'm gonna guess that this is going towards like the kawaii coloring books from Jade Summer or the chibi ones. Sorry for the beeping in the background, but I really don't have a preference. I think the only thing for me is the way the book is printed. Like, I notice a lot of the grayscales comes in kind of bent, so they are hard to just straighten out, so it makes me not want to color in those books. But for the grayscale, I'm not sure. I guess the grayscale is like a faster kind of coloring where I can just work with alcohol markers and the little pencils and it's done. But then I also like the line art where you can create your own shadows. That one is hard to answer because well, yeah, that one's too hard to answer. I can't. I like the grayscale for the quickness of finishing the page, but I like the line art because of with the line art, the Jade Summer like kawaii, the chibi, I do have the PDF, so I can just print it out. The books that I purchased back in, I think, 2018 and 19, it came with the free PDF version, so I'm able to print those out, so I don't have to color on the Amazon paper. So I like that one, and I can use whichever kind of mediums like watercolors and stuff and not have to worry about pilling the paper. That's so hard. I'll just say grayscale for the fastness. Okay, so number 3 is Prismacolor pencils or Polychromos pencils. Those are my top 2 pencils. So yeah, another hard these are such hard questions, Michaela. I don't but I guess for me, I would go towards Prismacolor. They are my first like artist grade pencils. Those are the pencils that I know I can use in any kind of paper and make it work. I can use it on Amazon paper. Yes, it will cramp up my hands, but I can color the way I want it to look using the Prismacolors. And it would be a lot cheaper for me to replenish the Prismacolors compared to replenishing the Polychromos pencils. And I think if you live in Europe, it would be a lot more expensive to replenish Prismacolors. So if I was living in Europe, I'll probably pick the Polychromos. And because I'm living in the States, the Prismacolors is a lot more affordable to replenish and to continue using and to use it in whichever books I want. So yeah, I hope I answered my questions. Sometimes I feel like I'm going in circles when I choose. Yeah, so Prismacolor would be my choice. Number 4 is Hanna Karlzon or Maria Trolle. Oh, another super hard question because they both, like hardcover books, they have beautiful illustrations. I like how Hanna Karlzon, each of her books, and she has several, they have like a theme to it. Maria Trolle, she has a lot of garden theme, but it's a little bit different from each book. but it's a lot more, but same at the same time, because it's a lot of flowers. Gosh, I would pick Hanna Karlzon because of the variety of themes for her books, and she has several to pick from, so I would pick Hanna Karlzon. But they're both beautiful illustrators. Love coloring their illustrations in. So number 5 is color by number or non-color by number. Just in this last year, I started doing a lot more color by number. I do like it for, the instant gratification of finishing a page. That's very nice, especially when you just are not in a mood to do a lot of details. But at the same time, I like non-color by numbers a lot more, just because I get to choose the color, the way it's the way I color it, I guess. It's a lot more freedom of coloring with non-color by number. So I would pick the non-color by number. But I do love color by number anyways. Those are fun to do in between, like, these kind of colorings. Again, for that instant gratification of finishing a page. So number 6 is mandalas or patterns. So for me, I'm not a patterns person. This one is a lot easier for me. I'd pick mandalas. I just like the look of mandalas, but then again, when I color them, I think too much that about trying to pick the best colors for that mandala, the best place to place the colors, I guess. So, and the patterns is just like wallpaper to me, so it's not very exciting for me. So yeah, that's why I gravitate towards mandalas. Number 7 is double-sided or single-sided books. I don't mind double-sided books or single-sided. If I like the illustration, I'm going to get it. But I tend to color faster using or coloring in single-sided books, because I can use a lot more different mediums like alcohol markers. It does help me color a little bit faster and in a way that I am happy with my coloring. So yeah, but double-sided illustrations, I don't mind. I don't mind going in with pencils and coloring it in. But because I can color single-sided illustration books faster, I sometimes gravitate towards those books a lot more. Sorry for the I don't know if you can hear my son. I locked my door, so my other kids are supposed to be watching my youngest while I record, which I'll explain later on. My son is usually with me when I record. But anyways, let me go ahead and continue. Number 8 is single page spreads or double page spreads. So again, kind of like with the double-sided illustrations or the single-sided illustrations, no preference. If I like the illustration, if I'm inspired, I will color it. Doesn't matter if it's single or it's a double. Like in Kirby Rosanna's book, I do a lot more double page spreads rather than the single page spreads, but yeah, it's kind of but if I were to choose between the two, I guess I would pick the single page spread, only because it would be faster to color. I guess, yeah, because I have so many books, I want to color all of them, but you know, I'm a slow colorist at the same time, so anywhere I can try to speed it up, like using alcohol markers, water-based mediums, I will use it just so I can color in these books, because I love them so much and I want to add color to them. It's just, you know, I don't have that much time, or I take a lot of time on a page. Anyway, so yeah, my answer for that one is single page spreads. So the next question is number 9. Ohuhu alcohol markers or Caliart alcohol markers? So I never tried out the Caliart alcohol markers, but I do plan on picking those up once I finish up using all of my Lemouche markers. So my Lemouche markers I'm still using those. I'm just going to use them up till they are done, and then I'll pick up the Caliart to try. I did pick up the Ohuhu markers, so between the Ohuhu and Caliart, I will pick the Ohuhu. I really like their brush markers. It's fun to blend, but on the the Amazon papers, I don't like to try to blend with it because it comes out a little like mold, just splotchy, and so I just do like 2 tones now when I try to blend with the Ohuhu markers on Amazon paper. On cardstock, I can use 3 or 4 different colors, but on Amazon printed pages, it's it comes out splotchy. But yeah, so I forgot what I was saying. So between the two, I would pick Ohuhu markers. So number 10 is color by number white backgrounds or color by number black backgrounds. So I don't know, if they didn't print out black backgrounds, I wouldn't have mind the white backgrounds. I kind of like how it looks when you add your own lines in between, or not, just leave it as it is. But then at the same time, I like how having the black backgrounds, you color in the illustration faster. So between the two, I would probably gravitate towards the black backgrounds because you can color in the illustrations faster. Okay, number 11 is white Posca pen or white Jelly Rolls gel pen. So I have all, or not all, but different kinds. I have the Posca pen, paint pen, and I also have Sakura and the Uniball white gel pens. I don't have the Arteza one. I just have so many white gel pens that I'm just like, I'll wait till I run out of those to try out the Arteza one. So, goodness say, I tend to gravitate more towards the Posca. For me, I just don't have to worry about like having to keep going over an area over and over again with the Posca, compared to when I use like the Jelly Roll on top of like pencils. Sometimes it's just gliding and I can't lay it down or anything like that. So with the Posca, it's less frustrating for me. And I know it did take me a while to figure out how to lay it down, because sometimes, you know, it's so watery. So I learned to just shake it, take time to shake the pen out. I usually when I do, my son like he comes up and sees what I'm doing, and I have him shake the Posca for me. But just, like shaking it out as much as you can to thicken up the paint helps. Well, I think it helps it come out. I know some people said that it's pulled out, so usually it does happen to me with the thicker the blunt tip Prismas, but with the finer tip, well, with any of them, I try it out on a scrap piece of paper before I lay it down, just to test it out, because the blunt tip of my white Posca, it does stream out a little bit. It's probably because I kept pumping it, trying to get as much of the white Posca out, because I think it's running out, so I'm trying to get as much of the Posca out, or use as much of it before I throw it away and get a new one, or use my backup actually. But yeah, I tend to go towards white Posca, so that is my answer for number 11. Number 12 is morning coloring or night coloring. So before COVID, I used to color a lot more in the morning because I had a set schedule where I would drop off my kids. My youngest would be busy doing his stuff. I don't have to worry about like dinner or anything like that till later. So I would spend most of my morning coloring, and I think at the time I was doing some videos then too. But now that everyone's home, staying home, I have to kind of like contain my son and our dog while everyone's working or in class. So my other 3 kids they would have meetings in class. So yeah, I don't have time during the day to do any coloring. It's just like here and there, I'll sit down for like 5 minutes, then leave and go do something, come back, sit down again. But usually most of my colorings now for the past year has been in the evening or night time. So I do the late night coloring, especially after my son falls asleep. That's when I can get about like an hour or 2 coloring. So late night, or not late night, just night coloring is what I would pick between the 2. So number 13 is Jade Summer Chibi Girls or April Amber Chibi Girls. So between the 2, I like the April Amber Chibi Girls. I don't know, yeah. I like the April Amber Chibi Girls. Both of them are wonderful books, beautiful illustration, very cute, kawaii illustrations. But out of the 2, I'd pick the April Amber. I'm not sure why. I like that one. It might be because Jade Summer books keep curling on me, and I hate trying to color in that book if it's curling. But yeah, so April Amber. And number 14 is Alan Robert or Emily Liddell Obert, and I don't have any Alan Robert books. I don't really do much like gory coloring, so I will say Emily Liddell Obert. But even if I have Alan Robert, I'd probably pick Emily Liddell Obert because I love her illustrations, especially in the Sager Oxagner. So pick that one. Usually when I'm coloring here, I take pictures of it as I color just to see if I need to add any more. So it's kind of hard to tell as I am doing this video. So the next one is Number 15, which is having double images in books or having one copy of each photo in books. I don't mind either one. If it has double copies, it has double copies. I like how with Hanna, she has like the simplified version and the more detailed version. I love how she has doubles like that, but she simplifies the second copy. Or there was this one time with Jade Summer with one of their kawaii coloring books where their doubles, I believe the nose and the mouth was a little different from each other. So with those like little bits of differences, that's kind of nice. But I don't mind either one. But so that I can fit it in my bookcase, I probably pick the single or the one copy of each illustration in the books. So number 16 is Johanna Basford or Kirby Rosanes. So another hard one because I love both illustrators, especially this month because they both have books coming out. I know some people already have their new books. I would say Kirby Rosanes only because I really like his illustrations, especially excited for his newest book, Fragile Worlds, that's coming out. Can't wait to get that one in a few days. Hopefully it'll come on time. Yeah, I would have to say Kirby Rosanes. 17 is pastel backgrounds or acrylic paint backgrounds. That one is hard too because I like using both. It depends on the illustration whether I'm going to use pastel or acrylic. I'm just gonna pick acrylic paint backgrounds because I can just one or lay it on and it's done. You can spice it up by putting like the glitter gel on top of it or the glitter glue. What is that? The Mod Podge Mega Glitter on top of it. That always looks awesome on top of acrylic. Only because, with pastel backgrounds, I love doing backgrounds with pastels, but it does get a little messy, especially with my fingers. And then when I leave like little fingerprints, because when I hold it down while I'm putting pastel, but then when I go over the part where my fingers were, then you can see my fingerprints. And those are hard to cover, so yeah, so that's why I will pick acrylic. It's between the two, that's what I would prefer. And again, it also depends on the illustration. So number 18 is Hanna or Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Goodness, that one is a hard one too because I love both of them. Gosh, and they both have like the big eye girls too. I guess for this question between the two, like with Jasmine Beckett Griffith, her illustrations, I really take my time to think about how I'm going to color her illustrations, the colors and the mediums I'm going to use. And I think that with Hanna, the accessibility of her illustrations would, I guess you can also copy Jasmine Beckett Griffith, but with Hanna, she does have doubles with her books, and you can also download the PDF. So okay, so I'm just waiting for the beeping to stop. So between the two, sorry, I'm like listing all my pros and cons out loud, but I will pick Hanna because she has so many variety of books, so many different kinds of themes, I will pick Hanna. They're both beautiful illustrators. Their work is just gorgeous, but because Hanna has a lot more variety and a lot more books, I will pick her. Number 19, ordering from Amazon or Etsy. I will have to say Amazon, only because that is where I shop the most. Etsy, I mostly shop PDFs and Korean coloring books. Chinese coloring books, I go to AliExpress, and with Japanese coloring books, I go straight to Amazon Japan. UK books, I go straight to Amazon UK. French books, Amazon France. It just seems cheaper for me to go that way rather than buying like the overseas international books through Etsy. But I would rather buy it off Amazon. So number 20 is glitter gel pens or stickles. I tend to use a lot more glitter gel pens only because I don't have to wait as long for it to dry. With stickles, I keep forgetting and I end up smearing stickles all over the illustration. So yeah, so that one I would pick glitter gel pens. 21 is hardback or soft cover. I would pick hardback because it's hardback. It looks great on your bookcase. It keeps your pages flat and you don't have to worry about it bending, especially when you pull out like a whole bunch of books and it tips over. You don't have to worry about the books bending each other. If you were going to take it with you to travel, you don't have to worry about your pages bending either that way or folding over. And the paper in hardback books are usually better than the soft covered coloring books. So yeah, those are my reasons for a hardcover book. Number 22 is simple pages or intricate pages. Again, kind of like with the others, I don't mind either one. It's more if I'm inspired to color the page. I would say intricate pages because I also like to challenge myself. And though, like simple pages gives you like simple gratification, like color by numbers or what is it? If I'm just coloring with alcohol markers, that quick gratification of finishing a page. I like seeing the work that I do in an intricate page, especially if you worked on it for a long time. You get or feel a lot more accomplished when you see a finished intricate page, kind of like with the mythographics or with Kirby Rosanna's. With those kind of pages, it's very gratifying when you do those kinds of intricate pages. So I would pick intricate page. So number 23, which is the last one, is Christmas pages or Halloween pages. So this one is based off of the colorings I did this past Halloween and Christmas, and I would say Halloween pages would be my pick between the two. Because there's just a lot more variety with Halloween compared to Christmas. Though I love coloring both anyways. So so that is it. So I picked Halloween pages, which is the last question for the this or that tag. I did say in the beginning of this video that I will be giving to give an update about what's gonna be going on my channel. So in February, it was a pretty down month for me. It was a lot of trying to I just couldn't find the right time to record because my kids' schedules changed. My husband's schedule actually got a lot busier, so there was a lot of time of my son and I with our dog just hanging out all together and just trying to not bother everyone while they're busy with their work, their schooling and stuff. And so I became like their number one playmate. And so because of that, there was my son, who just turned 5 just this past week, I don't know if it's because he didn't have like tantrums until he was like 3.5 or something, but it's lasting longer. It's like a tantrum every day now. And it could be because we've been cooped up in our house for so long, but it becomes draining, and I just get too tired, and I just don't want to do anymore. I just want to color just to zone out and just color, just to be creative and stuff. But even then, when I'm coloring, usually my son Mason is with me. He would sit on my lap as I color, and it was getting harder to color. So I even got him his own markers because the twistable crayons that he was using, it was too light and he couldn't see it in his book. So I got him markers, so we would sit side by side while he works on his and I will work on mine. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing for the past few weeks. Plus, my husband always tells me not to look at the news because he knows how I am. I can get really affected easily just by the news. And so, with everything that's going on, with everything that happened in the Capitol, just seeing like the results of that, just some of the things just so unbelievable. And seeing the amount of like people that passed away because of COVID and how many people just didn't believe it, it became overwhelming. It's like I couldn't believe, it is just a lot of those. And being in that kind of mindset during the past few weeks, I didn't want to make videos at the time because people, I know for me, I like to watch videos to get away from it, so get away from the noise and just kind of like escape. So I didn't want my videos to be like so much if I wasn't feeling it, I didn't want to feel it, make it feel fake. So and it wasn't until like the end of February where I just like, okay, no more news. Went back. I had to escape a little bit from social media and YouTube a little bit, and just kind of like reset, I guess you can say. But it's not only that. I know I was pretty lazy also. It's just that I don't know, I was just like, if I'm not in the mode to make videos, I do get lazy, but at the same time I still want to color. So I'm like, which one of the two I would pick? And I would pick coloring because it just clears my mind for myself. And yeah, so but I have like I said, I try to avoid the news now, try to just keep it local and not have to worry about not letting it affect me and stuff. So to get to the brighter side of stuff, I didn't want to dwell too much in it. That's just pretty much what I've been going through the past few weeks. So I mentioned that we were going to be moving. It did get pushed back. That our house, it is a newly built house. It was an investment my husband was doing to rent out, but we decided, cause yeah, there's a lot of changes, a lot of discussions about what we're going to do. So we decided that my son and I, my youngest Mason and I, will move there so that we can replace all the rugs in the rooms, because the house that we are living in now, the rugs are the original ones since like 1990, so that's like already over 30 years, so 30-year-old rug, so it really needs to be replaced, and it could be the reason for our allergies. Yeah, so that's when we decided we're going to move into the new house. And so at the same time, while we're there, we're going to have the rugs replaced. Like, our bathroom has rugs, which I'm like, why do you have rugs in the bathroom? Which it's not good. But yeah, and then so just recently we changed our decision again. Now it's going to be all the kids moving in to the house. So we are pretty much downsizing. It is a smaller house, so we've been like slowly packing, setting aside stuff that we're not going to bring, setting aside stuff that we are going to sell, setting aside stuff to give away. So yeah, even after that, yeah, it does get tiring just thinking about the logistics of moving. But hopefully it will move by the end of this month in March, or start the process of moving, and then probably in the beginning of April. So I know I talked about doing a coloring book collection video, and also the my finished colorings, all of my finished colorings. But I decided to wait on that until after we move, because my husband gifted me a new camera, my brother gifted me new lights, my brother-in-law also gave me all the stuff that I would need to set up. So I didn't want to set it up here just only to break it down again and set it up again in the other place. So my husband told me to just, he helped me decide to just wait until we move to the new place to set up everything, and then I thought it'd be better to start doing my collection videos after we've moved into the new house. So I hope you guys don't mind. I'm sorry you had to wait even longer, but I've seen that everyone else has been doing their coloring book collection. So there's a lot of videos, a lot of colorists that are sharing their collection, which I still have to catch up on. So I don't think everyone's in a short supply for coloring book collection videos out there. But yeah, hopefully I will have them out by the end of April, hoping. So that would be my completed coloring videos, my coloring book collection, and then after that I'll see the coloring supplies. So but for the rest of this month, I am going to try to film the rest of the tags that I was tagged on. I think one of them is coloring habits, and another one is 10 essential coloring supplies, I believe. And then there's also my Felissimo unboxing. I'm so behind in that one, so I have to catch up on that one. So those are the videos that are going to be coming out this month in March, that I will work on between like packing up and everything else that life, just throws at me. Everything I plan, I had good intentions to do it, but with everything that happens in life, things happen and you kind of have to just adjust with it. But I'm just glad that even though I felt like I was just lazy, I took the time to kind of reset my mindset coming in to coloring or to doing coloring videos. I want it to be enjoyable. I want it to be an escape for everyone to enjoy. So for me, and in order to do that, I have to also enjoy it. So I do apologize for my videos being so absent in the past few weeks, but I hope my future videos will be enjoyable to you guys. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else that I have to update you guys on in my coloring or my videos. So everything will be the same. I'm gonna still do my hashtag color your hoard video, end of the month video or monthly videos, so you can look out for that one. Finish coloring, I'll try to get that one out too. I'm gonna see if I can do that before the end of March or before we move out. I have to see where we are in our moving for those videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop now. I want to thank Amberle, Silencia, and Colorfully Optimistic for tagging me, and many thanks to Michaela Renee for creating this or that tag. Such hard questions to answer, but so fun to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm not sure who has been tagged, but if you have a channel and are interested in doing this, I believe it's open to all. There is a couple of channels I want to shout out to do this tag, and I hope they would be interested in doing it, but they don't have to. If they can't or they don't want to. I want to tag Elm's Coloring. I don't know if she's been tagged to do this one. Effie's Coloring. I know she only does like a couple of videos, like her color alongs, but you know, if she's interested in doing this, I hope she does. Rhea Colors. I'm not sure if she did this one. And a new color tuber that I just discovered yesterday or 2 days ago, Tiffany Colors 79. So everyone I mentioned in my video again is going to be down below in my video descriptions. And yeah, so that is it. I thank you all so much for watching, sending you all hugs and love. Please take care and keep safe, and I'll see you guys at my next video. Happy colorings. Bye bye.